Hey, what's going on, you guys? Nick Salmon here with Betterself by Salmon. Today I have an awesome guest with you, Alexa Bauer. I've been working with her for, God, it's been going on 17 weeks now, Alexa.
It's about 17.
It's awesome. So it's been quite a journey. You've seen a lot of transformation, a lot of transition. I just kind of want to give you the opportunity to introduce yourself and kind of share a little bit about it.
Yeah, so my name is Alexa. I started with Nick in October. I actually realized that I wanted to change my life drastically because I tried changing it before and it wasn't working for me.
Yeah,
So,
what were some of the things that won't work yet?
I tried dieting and I would go like 2 days and not see results or anything and then just kind of give up on it.
Yeah. Yeah, which is super normal. And we were just Nayeli and I were actually just on a call and we were kind of talking about how like how I always preach, I'm like a broken record where I'm like it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle.
Yep.
Because diets you like, you know, it's like a terrible journey. You're like, oh my God, I'm just gonna suck it up. I'm gonna make myself miserable just to get to the result. But when you kind of like, and as cliche as it can be, like you have to like really start to enjoy what you're doing in the process and the transformation. It's hard at first.
It is hard. Yeah, I will say it is hard.
Yeah. So what were some of the things that helped you?
Definitely having the one-on-one coaching calls with you helped me out a lot because I felt I had the accountability and everything. And I knew like I didn't want to give up after I just started.
Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense. And you're like mentally invested, like you want the result. So what did you start out at? You were 130,
145,
145. And what are you at right now?
115 this
15?
morning.
Yeah, that's crazy. So 145 is what you were when you started.
Yep.
That's crazy. So yeah, 30-pound difference right there. So again, Nayeli, 31 pounds, and it's just like it's crazy. And I tell these people that I like get on the call with or, like free clients, and I'm just like, I'm gonna give you the plan. All you have to do is follow the plan. I mean, it's success leaves clues, and you, Nayeli, and all the other clients, they've all gotten the results just by doing the work. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Oh
So,
yeah.
what were some of the symptoms that you had like when you initially started out?
When I initially started out, I was having a lot of brain fog and like fatigue and stuff, and my acne was just horrible, and the bloating and everything. It was just horrible. My
Your
energy
skin is
levels.
so clear. I'm sorry to interrupt. Your skin is so
Oh, you're good.
yeah.
Like
So
I noticed when I was in the fire academy, I was just like I would struggle so hard. I'd be just chugging Gatorade just to give myself energy. And now
yeah,
it's like I don't even need that.
yeah. So how do you, I mean, it's kind of like a thing of unlearning and relearning. Like, wouldn't you say? It was kind of at first you're kind of like, but you know what I mean? Like, this doesn't make
Mhm.
sense to me. And I don't know, you just come such a long way with it.
Definitely have.
So you had mentioned bloating, brain fog, fatigue, acne. I mean, have you seen a lot of those reduce? Like, where are you at now in comparison to when you started?
I'm definitely more confident in myself, a lot more confident than I was. Like when I first started, I was super bloated out. Now I'm just like kind of shreddy basically. And I
You
really
are shredded. Yeah, I brag about you all the time. I'm like, look at this, you can have this. You are shredded. But I think the coolest thing was like your confidence from when we first started to where you are right now. It's just night and day, and that's the coolest part about being, along for the journey too. Is like seeing your transformation and your transition.
it's
Because
definitely really cool.
yeah, because I've been blessed, but like from my perspective, I can see like a lot in you, or like the clients that I work with, like in the beginning, they just don't see it in themselves yet. So they just need help, like being guided, like slowly and surely to
Mhm.
that result. But I mean, down 30 pounds. What were some of the biggest things? I'll let you take it away. I don't want to talk too much, but what were some of the biggest things that you noticed like along the journey?
I noticed like I started reading food labels more often, like what you taught me and everything, and I'm realizing now like how much garbage is actually in the food that I was eating. Like I was eating a ton of Chick-fil-A, a ton of pizza and stuff, and I read about it now and I'm like, "Oh, I can't believe I put that into my body." But yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about that. When you're like self-sufficient like that, it makes it night and day. So you could really mitigate like what you're putting in your body. It
Mhm.
matters. So when you started like transitioning from the diet and then you would like maybe eat something that you shouldn't eat, how did you feel?
So I actually, because we did it around Christmas time, I actually went to my aunt's house for Christmas and I like we got winking lizard ribs. and we use the barbecue sauce that you shouldn't be eating because it's got high fructose corn syrup in it. And I ate so much, I felt so sick the rest of the night. I was like, oh, I was so nauseated and everything. And now it's just like I stay away from that because I know the feeling now.
For sure. Yeah. When that's the thing too, is like when you're on a diet, not the diet, the lifestyle, when you're really transitioning to it and you like become accustomed to it and you're not eating any of the bad foods, you become more sensitive to like if you go out drinking or if you go out. And these are things that your body's so resilient to the point where it'll put up with like the beating that you're giving it until you switch and you give it like a better environment. Then it's like, oh my God, dude, I don't want to go back. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm
Yeah.
sensitive. So that's awesome. But you had talked a lot about energy, like brain fog was gone. You want to share a little bit about that?
Yeah, so like I noticed like before I would try to run and I would make it like maybe a mile, not even. And then now I'm running up to 3 miles in almost 11 minutes. My goal is to get down to 10, but
So
I'm slowly working to it.
yeah. So that was another thing where it was the transition from, like a bodybuilding diet where it's like I need protein shakes, I need creatine, I need like carbs, I need a lot of protein and stuff like that. I mean, how did you see yourself like changing while still being on like the diet that we went on? I mean, it was healthier, but it cut out a lot of the bullshit that like really you thought you needed.
Yeah, definitely. Like I noticed like I changed into a lot more like fruits and vegetables and stuff, which I never was big in and now I am. Like
Mhm.
in the morning I'll eat so much fruit. It's so funny.
Yeah,
Sometimes like if I'm at work and the kids have like oranges or something, I'll have one with them and they like think it's the best thing ever. But I promote more fruit now, even to like the kids that I work with. I'm like, go for the fruit, not like the teddy
yeah,
bear or whatever. But yeah, I mean definitely, like, at night, like, my parents will cook, like, beef or, like, steak or something like that, so I'm still getting the protein that I need,
for
but
sure.
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a big thing. There's like a community of like, raw vegans, which is what kind of where like the basis stems from, where I learned a lot about detox. But I think more of like a holistic approach where it's not so extreme. And I'm not saying there's anything with raw vegans by any means. Like that's an amazing community. They're super loving, super kind, always willing to help. But coming from the background that I come from and like working with the clients that I do, I incorporate meat and I still want to keep on muscle. I still want to do all this stuff. And but it's really about balance. And I think you've learned that as well. It's like I don't, when you started out, it was almost like I'm lifting weights, I'm running, but I'm not, I'm kind of puffy, like I'm a little inflamed, really, is the word that, you're full of waste, which we've talked
Yep.
about. Yeah. And then now you're like shredded with like a good balance of like, lifestyle and diet. It's just been night and day. I'm probably gonna have to throw up a picture. It's probably gonna be a thumbnail of you of just like looking shredded.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah. So what have your workouts been like while you've been on this diet? I mean, have you felt good? Like you've been able to run in endless amounts of miles.
Yeah, I mean, my workouts, I feel like they feel stronger now than compared to before, like, I was taking pre-workout too, so that really didn't help.
Yeah.
I mean, the 200 milligram caffeine and everything, and then, like, I noticed on my runs before, my heart would just start racing, and now it's like, I'm chill about
You,
it.
yeah. Do you know you're actually not even supposed to run with on pre-workout? Isn't that
I
wild?
actually didn't.
Yeah, it's not good for your heart, which is crazy. So it's been good. It seemed like once you were cutting out all like, because really they're just like all chemicals too. You know what I mean? Like all like the pre-workouts and stuff like that. So I used to always feel sick. I would like want to throw up when I drank them.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get sick or anything, it's just the heart racing was the biggest one for me.
Yeah, you're like I'm about to have a heart attack on it.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. But I know you would. Yeah, a big thing that we were talking about was when you started like getting on this like lifestyle and this plan and transformation, you started noticing it like to people around you, like especially the kids and what the kids were being served and stuff like that. The people serving them had no idea. It's like canned cheese and like all this processed stuff. And it's sad to see it. So what has your experience been like with that?
It's been good. Like I noticed like when I'm at the grocery store, I'll look at like other people's carts and I'm like, dang, like
Yeah.
the difference. I'm like, wow, it's kind of crazy like how I used to be like that. And now I know and I'm like, I want to avoid that basically.
Yeah. So when was like the mental switch? Like, because I know early on it's super challenging. You're kind of again like unlearning and relearning. But like when
Yeah.
did it really like click for you where you're like, okay, like I feel great. I know this is like what I'm supposed to do.
I think the mental switch for me was about the third or fourth week. I finally started realizing like, all right, this isn't so bad. Like it's making me feel good. I actually feel energized. I feel happier. Like I
Mhm.
enjoy this now.
Yeah. And that was the same thing was, and I tell all my clients, it's like, because I do it in phases of the 12 weeks. And usually it's like after the end of like the fourth week where everything like starts to click, where it's like
Mhm.
you've been in a good flow, you've kind of adapted to it, you've gotten rid of all like the bad and processed foods, like given it enough time to like detox out of your system. And now you're like hitting like a really good stride. Yeah, it's kind of like what you did too. But I think you lost like I don't want to butcher it, but I feel like it was like 8 to 12 pounds like the first month, something
Something like that.
close to that. But 30 pounds in 5 months is nuts. In a
Yeah.
great way, though. You know what I mean? People don't think that's achievable.
It's definitely crazy how far I've come.
Yeah. So it's amazing. And I told Nail the same thing, but I'm just super, super proud of you. I mean, you being able to take it matters in your own hands. And I said the same thing on the other one, but better self, the whole idea behind it is creating like that better version of you. You know what I
Mm,
mean? But
most definitely.
it's amazing. So would you recommend like accountability and coaching to other people? Like what do you think about it?
100%. I love it. I mean, like working with you now about emotional and like mental health, it's helped me out so much. Like I've learned so much from you, even about diet and everything. I've learned so much. It's definitely helped me come a long way. You actually like helped me change my lifestyle and the way I live and stuff, and it's helped me a lot.
So, but again, I mean, it's like up to you to do it. It was up to you to go ask for somebody for like mentorship, and it's you making all the changes. I'm just trying to help as much as I can. But you've been resilient, you've been hardworking, and there's been some obstacles that we've talked about, like just being along your journey that have gone on in your life, where it's like your perspective, your positivity is amazing. You're consistently consistent, which is like the rarest thing ever. But it's like every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we're supposed to do the weigh-ins, which again, they're just a tool. They're not what we base anything around. But you've been for 17 weeks, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I get a text from Alexa with a positive message and her weight. And it's like, hey Nick, it's a great day today. Like even there's a foot of snow outside, and you're like, it's gonna be a great day today. So I'm like, you know what? So just as much as you say that I've helped you, you've helped me as well. So and I appreciate that.
Definitely.
So is there anything you want to leave with the viewers?
I definitely recommend doing the program or joining Better Self community. I mean, it's helped me a lot. It's nice to be around like-minded people also.
I appreciate that. Yeah. And so the Better Self community, just so you guys know, is really just a community of like-minded individuals. If you can't if it's not an option to do the 12 weeks of coaching, joining the Better Self community and just having people around you and like it's almost like a mastermind community where it's like we're all working to like grow together. So
Mhm.
I think it's like under $10 a month. I'll have to check, but it's just a steal. If under $10 a month can get you results like Alexa, it's a no-brainer. So no, Alexa. Well, I appreciate you coming on and sharing your story, just helping people in any way that you can.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. All right. Well, I hope you have a good rest of the day.
Thank you. Same to you.
Bye.
Bye.